Let's go back to the White House, where U.S. President Donald Trump is not taking questions, and he's explaining why.
And what they're doing today is monumental, and I want to stand it on that, and I'll see you later if you'd like, but I don't want to be asking questions having to do with anything else. I do want you to remember what I said about the 4.5%. We took 100% of the new workers was in the private sector, and we've cut tremendous numbers of government jobs. And that's why, if you look at our numbers, they're so good. Also, more than, I don't know if you've read this, came out a week ago, more than 50% of our trade deficit was cut. We cut it more than 50% in a period of a few months. Nobody thought any of these things were possible. Thank you very much, everybody.
Your insurance idea? Thank you. About your insurance idea, Mr. President. Thank you, press.
So there we have it. U.S. President Donald Trump leaving the Roosevelt Room of the White House as reporters shout out questions that he refused to take. We know how unusual this is for U.S. President Donald Trump. Regular viewers of this show will know that he often stands up on a Friday afternoon, early evening U.S. time, and holds a full-on briefing in the Oval Office and takes as many questions on every topic conceivable. This time he has refused to do so. He said he wants the headline to be purely about the reduction in drug prices for U.S. citizens. That was the purpose of that media briefing at the White House. I hope you can't hear the beep I'm hearing in my ear as we just lose that outside source, that feed from the White House there. But a very unusual situation for U.S. President Donald Trump not to take questions. It does come on the day that all the Epstein files were due to be released following that act of Congress last month. We were hearing that the U.S. Department of Justice said it wasn't going to be able to meet the deadline for releasing those Epstein files. We know they've been struggling to redact any information that needs to be redacted before releasing those files, such as the sheer quantity of the material available. We can only guess as to why U.S. President Donald Trump wasn't taking questions on the same day that has emerged. His critics will say he's running scared, and his proponents will say, no, he was just happy to talk about reducing drug prices for Americans.